Hello coin collectors out there, fans of the International Coins and Paper channel. Here we have two coins to share with you. They are both nickels from Canada, however they have slightly different shapes, so I thought this would make for an interesting video. On the left we have the Canadian nickel from 1989, then on the right this one is from 1961. Now very similar designs, but the one on the right is Dodecagonal, meaning that it is a 12-sided coin. Before we get into the details, if you've been enjoying these videos, please do subscribe to the channel. As you know, that kind of helps promote these videos to other people, as well as helps with the YouTube rankings, I believe. Now let's start with the one on the right, as it's the older one, so it came out first. We'll zoom in on the back. We see the beaver right there. So this coin was made from 1955 up until 1962. On the obverse, we have the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. On the reverse, I'll just have to talk about this one since it's the same design. There's a beaver over the inscription Canada. It's surrounded with the face value, flanked on both sides by the maple leaf. One major variation, there is some smaller beavers were made in 1950. So the smaller beavers are on some of the older coins, but I guess there are some variations in the size right there. For this specific one though, let's talk about the mintages. So this one was made from 55 until 62. The highest mintage year is actually the one I've got right here. That kind of happens rather frequently on this channel. I don't go out after looking for the most valuable coins, just a nice variety that I can get my hands on, so that tends to be higher minted coins. So we've got 1961, there are 47,889,051 of these produced in 1961. Some of the other characteristics of the coin: it's a nickel coin. Its value is 0.05 CAD, which translates to about 4 cents United States dollars right now. It's got a weight of 4.5 grams and a diameter of 21.234 millimeters. And the most noticeable feature on the reverse is on the entire coin is the fact that it's a 12-sided coin. You might not have seen this portrait of Queen Elizabeth II before. It's one of the older portraits. It's the first portrait of her. A more modern portrait is this one right here. So we have the first portrait and then the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Now we see the lettering going around the outside, which says Elizabeth II by the grace of God. So that's what the translation is. The engraver for the obverse of the coin was Mary Gillick. The reverse was George Edward Kruger Gray. So we had a nice look at this one. Let's bump it out of the frame and bring in this one right here. So this one, we see a older portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as it's a more modern coin. So this coin was made from 82 until 89. A similar saying going around the outside, which translates to Elizabeth II, Queen by the grace of God. This portrait is of her at age 39 years old. And when we flip it over, here we go. A similar beaver is on the reverse. Now we have the face value similar to what we did before, flanked on both sides by the maple leaf. So we see 5 cents at the top, Canada 1989 at the bottom. So 1989, the last year that this particular design in metal content and shape was used. So in 1989, there were 141 million of these produced. The highest mintage year happened to be 1986. Now there are proof coins that were made every single year from 82 until 89. Those had mintages between 157,000 and 180,000. So if you've got one that's an extra kind of shinier, glossier condition, then it might be a proof coin, and that could be worth more than face value of the coin. However, because there are so many of these struck for both this one and this one, the value of the coins is relatively low, probably only worth face value, unless you've got one that's in almost uncirculated or uncirculated condition. If you do, my recommendation would, and you want to sell it, my recommendation would be to post it on eBay, search through their sold results, and see what you can find. All right, everyone, that's all I've got for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you're into coin collecting, please do check out some of the other videos on this channel. Thank you very much, everyone, and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy.